Hey guys, I'm Big Mike, and like always, I'd like to thank you for being here today. Today we've got Trevor from MarketDelta here to talk about MarketDelta Trader and MarketDelta charts. He's going to be showing a basic overview of the platform and demonstrating how all the pieces fit together. He's going to show you some of the functionality in a live market and also talk about chart and automated trading using the MarketDelta Trader. And then at the end, he'll show you all the supported brokers and tell you how you can get your own copy of MarketDelta Trader as a trial or demo. So go ahead and take note that he said that the questions will be answered as we go through the webinar. So if you have questions, you can type them in, and then we'll have kind of a set stopping point here and there to answer some of those questions. And then at the very end of the webinar, we'll open it up for any remaining questions that you guys have. The webinar is being recorded. I'll post the recording on BMT sometime tomorrow. If you're watching the recording on YouTube at a later date, do me a favor and give us a thumbs up because it does help. All right, guys. With that, I'm going to turn things over to Trevor. All right, Trevor, you should have control.
All right, thanks, Mike. Can you see my screen?
Yep, we've got it.
Alrighty. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. I'm going to start out with some slides, but then we'll move into a live demonstration of the product. And you'll be seeing both MarketDelta Trader and MarketDelta charts today. We'll focus initially on MarketDelta Trader. But then you'll get to see how it all goes together. The agenda will be the basic overview of Trader. I kind of want to introduce that to those who don't know what it is or kind of how it works. I just want to show you how easy and simple it is to get around the software and place orders. I want to then explain how all the pieces fit together, and what I mean by that is sometimes it's confusing. You got a broker, you've got a data feed, you've got this, you've got that. I got a nice infographic that I'll just throw up on the screen and try and just piece it all together for you, because I know that's oftentimes where people have a lot of questions. Like I said, then we'll move to that live demo, and then an intro to chart trading, because that's one of the benefits, as you'll see, that we get by using MarketDelta Trader along with the MarketDelta charts. And then, time permitting, I'll show an example of automated trading using this. Now, the only problem is, really on all the trading front, is this is essentially after hours, so the markets are pretty darn quiet, and there's not going to be much triggering things. So I'll really just be describing it and walking you through it, and you'll kind of have to let your imagination go, I think, when it comes to a whole bunch of activity within the market. And then the last thing, how to find a broker that can power the software, and requesting a license key. There's a lot of options there, and hopefully your broker's one of them. All right. So I just want to show one slide here of the benefits that you have when using MarketDelta Trader. One of the things is it's free. There's no subscription fee for MarketDelta Trader, which is obviously a good thing. And it's free for both live trading or demo trading. Most people, I think, are used to maybe a free demo, but not when they go live. Well, with this, it is free when you trade live as well, meaning no subscription fees. There is a per trade fee of 10 cents, and that's just charged right on your brokerage statement. So that's how you would see that show up. Some brokers bundle that right into the round turn that they quote you. Others, it's an additional line item. But either way, that's how all that works. I just want to be upfront on that. The other thing is Trader provides quick, accurate execution with a static price ladder, which is key because I think, depending on how long you've been in the industry, you've probably seen different domes. A lot of them, actually a majority of them, have a drifting price ladder, floats or jiggles or something that something that really shouldn't be trading on, because you're not guaranteed the price you click on when things are moving around where your cursor is. You want to know when you click the price, you're going to get that price, or that's where your order is going in. So what we've done is we've gone ahead and licensed from TT, Trading Technologies, the static price ladder, all that technology, to be able to provide kind of best-of-breed technology and functionality for serious traders. This is what the professional traders use and expect, and that's just the way we do it right out of the box. An integrated footprint chart. The MarketDelta Trader has a built-in integrated footprint chart which provides more transparency. Everybody's used to the dome and there's just the depth of market. However, the footprint really complements that nice by kind of rounding out the picture, allowing you to understand how much is trading at what prices, how much volume's trading. So it really opens it up and allows you to have much greater transparency. So we feel very strongly that that integrated footprint coupled with the dome really just gives you better information to trade from. You have a choice of brokers and order routing systems. You'll see that here in a little bit. I'll go over that. You have bracket orders, break-evens, trailing stops, all the kind of order routing strategy, or order strategies as we refer to them. All that stuff is in the software. So if you like bracket orders, you have that ability. And then you also it can be used, MarketDelta Trader can be used as a live data source for MarketDelta charts. So many of you probably are familiar with MarketDelta charts, which is our core charting package. Well, that requires data from some data source. So using MarketDelta Trader through your brokers, that data source, can really cut some costs, but also provide you some automation with respect to chart trading and automated trading. And again, we'll take a look at all that. Okay, powerful direct trading integration with MD charts. That's I guess I just said that. And then automating your trading ideas. I just mentioned that as well. Some of the key features that you will see within MarketDelta Trader, I'll go through these fast. This is a static price ladder. It's a big thing. You may or may not take it for granted, but after you have a few screw-ups on trades and you realize you're not getting the prices you expected, it becomes a big deal. So, and this is the TT stuff that I mentioned. All the fees, all the TT fees, some of you may be used to having to pay those separately or be tacked on additional to your broker. That no longer is the case with MarketDelta. Everything's just included in that 10 cents. We take care of all that for you. Single-click order entry. So you'll see how easy it is to implement or initiate an order, how easy it is to cancel an order, and how easy it is to modify an order. Automated order management, or ATOM as we refer to it. That's the bracket, break-even, and trailing stops. We'll see an example of that. I doubt we're going to get to see one actually really work that much, but because of the quietness of the markets. But we will see how easy it is to build them. That's the key thing. Sometimes these strategies can be real hassle to build. With MarketDelta, we've tried to be very deliberate about how easy it is to build and implement these bracket orders, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Direct integration with MarketDelta charts. So it's a very tight integration. So you have a data integration and a trading integration. It all happens, of course, behind the scenes between the two pieces of software, so that your trades, essentially you can leverage all those analytics, all the unique data points and data that's within MarketDelta charts can now all be leveraged right out through MarketDelta Trader to your broker, which is great. And then these are the 4 order routing systems: CQG, Zenfire, OEC, and Rhythmic. So the next slide really just shows those order routing systems. And for those, not to get bogged down in terms, order routing systems, you may just think of that as the trading network that your broker uses. That's the best way to think of it. It's the trading network that your broker uses. And for some of you, you may not even know what that is. You don't care. You just get a login from the broker and it goes. And that's fine. Probably the most recognizable on this list would be Zenfire. Most people have heard of Zenfire or CQG. CQG's been around for 30 plus years, very, very well recognized. They work with more FCMs globally than anybody. We're a major partner of theirs and rolling Trader out pretty much weekly to a new FCM on their list and all their associated brokers. So if you have an interest in CQG, MarketDelta Trader certainly should be on your list. All right, so here's that infographic that I was mentioning, and I want to take just a minute to talk about this. So the broker, I was just talking about order routing system. Think of order routing system and broker. That's pretty much the same because the broker is the one that provides you access to that order routing system. So that's kind of where you start. And that's at the end of the day here, I'll show you the list of these. So that's kind of where you'll pick up at the end of today's presentation. But anyway, the order routing system or the broker, the market data from that flows into MarketDelta Trader. So there's MarketDelta Trader right here, this block. So that trading data, the real-time data, flows into MarketDelta Trader, and you can trade, just install MarketDelta Trader, and that's all you need. You can just trade right there on your computer, and everything can be just fine. MarketDelta Trader, however, does not at this time have a lot of charts, all sorts of charting. It has a footprint chart built in, as you'll see and as I already described, but doesn't have all the indicators and things that you maybe want if you don't have them elsewhere. So what you can do is also, we have MarketDelta charts, which you will see today. That's kind of our core charting and analytics package. And it has, I'm not going to get into everything it has, but it has pretty much anything you could want when it comes to charting and analytics. So the market data coming from the broker and your order routing system flows into Trader and immediately right into charts if you have both applications. And then the historical data piece, that's just an optional enablement that you can get that just plugs right into MarketDelta charts. So this is an optional piece, as you can see down here, but you can see how it plugs in. Now let's talk about the trading piece. We've talked about the market data. That's what these yellow arrows pointing to the right are. If you were to implement, or I should say initiate an order from within charts, it immediately passes through Trader and to the broker or to the exchange. Okay. If you were just to click and trade from Trader, it just sends it right to the broker. So that's how all the pieces go together, and it gives some basic instructions here at the bottom on the keys and kind of how that works, the sign-up process. But again, I'll show you that right near the end. But I just want you to kind of understand how these pieces go together. They are separate, independent pieces of software that work very closely together if used together, but they can be run independently as well. Okay. By the way, that graphic is on our website under the support tab, so you'll, if you ever want to see that again and kind of think it through, you can check there. Just let us know. All right, the last thing we're going to go through today is chart trading, and for chart trading, it is what you would expect. It's trading from the charts. To do so, you need both of those applications, both MarketDelta Trader and MarketDelta Charts. That's just that's the way it is. Trade from the DOM or use buttons on the chart. So the cool thing is, because the two applications are tightly integrated, you can just click and trade right from the DOM and see your orders working on the chart, or just trade from the chart using buttons. They can be programmed right on the chart. Trades can be managed in Trader or Charts. And then the order strategies, those bracket orders we talked about, are managed in Trader. And you'll see how all that works. Again, this is all seamless and just happens pretty much the way you would expect. All right, let me get back to full screen. It took me to a link that I have There, sorry, let me get past this. And I actually could, I don't know if I can paste this link. Well, we have a chart trading overview. So everything that you're going to see today with respect to chart trading and the automated trading, we have a step-by-step guide in our knowledge base that with video tutorials, short video tutorials on how to do all this stuff. So as you see everything today, certainly don't feel like you got to catch all the details, because all this stuff has been documented in a video manner as well as text. Okay, so the automated trading, again, that requires both charts and trader. It leverages all the unique market delta and volume related concepts into trading systems. So you might have some great ideas. We find many times our customers have a lot of great ideas, and this will allow them to leverage those ideas in an automated manner. So it'll maybe send the trade in immediately and get it executed, and then maybe you manage the trade discretionarily once it's executed. You can manage your profit targets and all that kind of stuff. But the nice thing is MarketDelta has a lot of unique analytics only available in MarketDelta, and the ability to automate off these concepts is a very powerful thing, especially for professional traders. All right, so build trading signal logic in the charts. I can use those 140 plus indicators. Provide some unique ways to create your edge, which is what we're all looking to do. And then those order strategies are managed in Trader as well. So anyway, that said, let's jump right into it. And this, now on the screen, you now all should be seeing, it's probably a big black square over on the left, and then you see MarketDelta Trader on the right. And that's just the dome. I have it this way purposefully. I'm going to be bringing up the charting application in just a minute, and that'll fill the part on the left. But MarketDelta Trader, the way it's all put together, it's very modular and allows you, it's not one big container with everything inside it. It's very modular, and you can just launch Windows right from this main toolbar, and it'll roll up, get out of the way when you're not using it. Otherwise, hover over. If I click Footprint DOM, that will launch just a new DOM window, and you just simply click the plus sign in the upper left-hand corner to add a symbol. So let's just add the NQ. I'll search by symbol, NQ. Just select it and hit add and close. And that's it. That's you're ready to go. So I'm not going to get into every little piece of functionality, but I want you to see how easy it is to just get up and running fast. So once you log in using that broker supplied login, it's that easy, and you're good to go. It's a tabbed interface, as you can see. Here's the ES over here on the right, and I've got the NASDAQ over here on the left. A lot of the traders we work with, they like to orientate their screens or their domes like this. Of course, you can do whatever you want, but this is a nice way to do it. Like I said, it's a tabbed interface, so we can click the plus sign and we can add another symbol to it. We'll just do YM, search, add and close, and there it is. By the way, I'm using Zenfire as my order routing system here for anybody who cares. That's what I'm using. And okay, so that's the tabbed interface. I just wanted everybody to see that. We can quickly jump from, say, the YM to the NASDAQ, or we can peel out the tab and just create a new dome with it. So if I wanted to create a third one, I can drag it out, drag the NASDAQ out, and here we are. So now we got the NASDAQ, the YM, and the ES. That's how that works. So for sake of example today, I'm going to really just run off the ES over here on the right, but I wanted you all to see just how easy it is to move around, as well as create an initial price ladder and begin to trade. Some of the other buttons on here, they're very self-explanatory, and I don't want to waste everyone's time looking through them. But you have a quotes, positions, fills, and orders window. We'll go ahead and open an orders window. This is what they look like, and just so you're familiar with that. So I'll just we'll have this open, okay? Just for now. Okay, so let's put in some orders so you can just get a feel for how all this goes together. This is where you select your account, quantity, just hover over and you can select your quantity and just set it, pretty easy. Cancel, hover over, you can cancel sells, cancel buys, cancel all. Atom, so if I click this one, this is where we set the automated order management or the bracket orders, and I have established, well, let me just start from scratch. Let's say that we want to be able to, when we buy or sell, we want a bracket order to immediately go in and begin working on our behalf in the market. And here's how you do that. So we call these, there's legs, so each column is a leg. So I click on and set my quantity for however many I want that leg to be. So if you were trading multiple quantities, let's say you're trading a 3 lot, you may want the first leg to be 1 contract, maybe the next leg to be 2, or maybe 1, 1, and 1, however you want. In this case, we're just trading a single lot, and I'm going to turn on a profit target and a stop loss, and I have them set to 6 ticks. I can easily just change them to 8 by clicking the spinner, or just select in there and type in how many ticks away you want your order to work. Save and close. And if you look at the bottom of the dome now, it says active atom, single bracket. This just is a visual to let us know that we do have a bracket strategy working, or I shouldn't use the word working, but it's ready to go. Okay? All right, so with that said, we can, I'm going to go ahead and just buy market. And so I'll talk about how I placed orders, but I want you to see before we lose any market data, at least how stuff works. So I've clicked in here. I'm long here at 52.5, and you can see it immediately put in my profit target and my stop loss. My stop loss is denoted as ST, stop, and that's 1 contract. To modify working orders, you just left click and drag. You see how easy that is to move, and then left click and drag. And it's that simple to move or modify orders. Now let's talk, I'm going to let those work, but we'll talk about how to place orders. And you do so, you can tell there's a buy column and a sell column. WO is the working order column, so this will just show all our working orders, you know where they're at. And obviously the price column's the price column. One thing I want to do though is I'm going to click this little button right here. This will expose the footprint. This is that footprint chart we talked about. It's integrated in the dome, but the beauty is we can tuck it away. So you might have it closed, but when it comes down to execution, you may pop it open, just get that quick inside view of the market, see what the buyers and sellers are doing, how much volume is actually transacting, because oftentimes the dome, if you don't know this, you'll end up learning it at some point. You might as well learn it now. A lot of times the dome looks like there's a lot going on, and you actually look at the transacting volume over here in the footprint, and there's almost nothing going on. It's just a lot of computers playing a lot of games and canceling orders and then putting quantity in, and this really helps make clear you can see through the smoke and mirrors. That's what the footprint is to do. Helps you track the buyers and sellers. There's no more them trying to pull the wool over your eyes, so to speak. Anyway, let's place some orders. Again, I got this bracket working. You can see I'm long 1. But if I hover over the bids, you can see it says left click limit. That's how I place a limit order. So if I click here, it places that limit order. Right? If I click the sells, meaning the quantity available for sale, and I want to work an order, a sell order 54.5, just click and you can see it goes in. If I want to cancel, see how it says left click left drag to modify, or right click to cancel. So if I want to cancel, I just right click and right click. If I want to place a stop, I just go up in, say I want to place a buy stop, just go up above where the current market's at, and you just right click. It says right click to place a stop, or left click to place a limit. Of course, a limit buy up at this price is essentially a market order. For those, it probably makes sense to people, but I'll show you that in a minute. But if I right click up here at 54.25, right click places a buy stop. If you don't know what a buy stop or a sell stop is, I'm not going to talk about that. It's just an order type that you can use. Many times people use stop orders to protect themselves, not necessarily to initiate a new position. If I wanted just to buy market, so I'm already long one, let's say I wanted to buy another one, you can just click up here in the blue, anywhere in the blue, and essentially that's like a market order. So if I click here, I just bought another one here at this price, and that my brackets went in at that 8 tick level, just like they originally were. Okay. Let me quickly talk about the footprint chart. And remember, this is that inside view we were talking about. You're able to keep track of how much is transacting. We can see a 3 lot just traded here. So it gives you that added level of transparency, that added assurance. But you can change the interval, the bar interval. Here's to tick volume or time bars. And then the type of footprint is bid-ask, volume, or delta. Let me just talk briefly about that. And then we're going to move into the chart trading example. The bid-ask is what you see on the chart. This shows the bid traded volume and ask traded volume at each price. Any shade of blue represents more aggressive buyers are present there, and any shade of red represents more aggressive selling or more selling. So that's what the color coding is. Of course, the market is very quiet right now, so there's just not much to look at. But if I go up here, and here's the volume footprint. This shows us the total volume that's trading at each price. The total volume. So these are 1 minute bars, everybody, just so you know. And this is the delta, which is the delta footprint, which is the net difference, the net buying or net selling. Remember, we can close this. Just tuck it away. And for those of you who are using MarketDelta charts as well, you may want to just tuck this away and do something like this. So I now have open MarketDelta. So I just opened, this is MarketDelta charts, and this over here is MarketDelta Trader. So we're now looking at both MarketDelta charts and MarketDelta Trader. I just want to make that clear. But for those of you who are using both applications, I would suggest, you don't have to, but this might be one way of putting them all together. Having your dome up like this and then just situate the footprint here of MarketDelta charts right next to it. Now, I'm not going to get into a full tutorial of MarketDelta charts at all. You're going to see a lot of the functionality in it as I go through chart trading and automated trading. And I'll show some sample screens. I want to show some volume profiles, some market profiles. Those are two things we specialize in. I want you to see that functionality, but I'm not going to get into all the details of building those charts and things. I mainly want you to walk away today with the benefit of leveraging that information through trading. Okay, so that's the idea. All right, so let me, maybe while I'm talking about that, let's just show a market profile chart. The market profile chart, this may be another way of situating your screen so you have market profiles right up next to a dome. You can put your, you could put lines in on the chart by double-clicking the price scale. You can split the profiles. So right-click and toggle splits this profile, And actually, let me change these profiles to look a little more like every tick. So this was today's activity. I'm not showing any of the overnight activity. These are just day profiles. But there's a lot of functionality within our market profile charts that you can do. The nice thing is you can have them right up and then be trading right next to it. I've already touched on the footprint chart and how you can orientate that. The cool thing is, did you notice how this looks? You've got your charts. Your charts show your working orders, which is nice. This is that integration. So that's what we're looking at now. We've got our working orders. We've got our working orders here, and they represent themselves on the chart. If we modify, if I move this one up, you can see it'll be reflected. Let me close that window. It'll be reflected immediately on the chart. Same here. If I move this down to this one, and I kind of work them at the same price, you'll see now it's showing we're working 2 orders there. So that's the integration between the chart trading, and at least in terms of manipulating orders. You can also manipulate them right from the chart. So I could click here and drag this down. Notice it immediately reflects the change and works the order at the new price on the dome. So think of they're very tightly integrated and just work like you would expect. But let me jump over to the chart trading. This is just a simple candlestick chart. And notice the same orders are working. Very nice. So we have all that. And it looks just like we were just doing, but the difference on this one is I've created some buttons. And for those of you who've used MarketDelta charts before, you may be aware of buttons, but maybe you haven't used them for trading. Well, I can create these buttons. So let's say I want to sell one limit. I've created a button where it allows me to click sell one limit. Actually, let's go ahead and flatten out our position first. Okay, we're flat. Notice everything's cleaned out. If I click sell one limit on the chart, it asks me just click to set the limit price. So if I want to sell it around, let's say I want to work it up here at 56, I'm going to click and it brings me up the prices around 56. I want to actually put it in right there at 56 even. Click and there it is. It's working here and working here. Now if I want to do buy one limit, I could do the same thing. Let's say I want to work it down here at 51. And again, a lot of people like to manage their orders maybe from the dome. It's easy. So you can just click over here and I can move it down. And it'll immediately be reflected right on the chart. So I just want you to see the interplay between the two applications and what the easiness is here. Dan, if you have Dan Thomas, if you have any specific questions on how to compare it, let me know, because frankly, I'm going to pretty much show what MarketDelta can do, and I know MarketDelta has better analytics, and we constantly have good feedback on the application. So if there's something particular you want to see, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to kind of jump in and address that. Okay, so that's some of the chart trading capability. Now let me show. I'm going to go ahead and cancel those working orders, and let's go ahead and buy one market. So here's what's pretty cool. We're going to just we're going to buy one market, and what it's going to do, it's going to send the market order from the chart, but it's going to pick up those brackets that we've defined. We all see that? It's going to pick up those the bracket order. So let's. I'm going to click the buy one market. We're long one, and it immediately places our bracket right from the chart. All right. And now let's just let those work. So now I want to jump, and I can't see I don't think I can see questions. Let me see if I can.
There's a couple of questions here if you want me to
and
ask them.
I know, yeah, Yeah, go ahead. That'll be a good break probably.
Okay. Bob is wanting to know if you have any plans to implement Mirrors Futures, their new data feed called Big Tick.
Not in the immediate term. We've just connected to Zenfire, which they're the major broker offering Zenfire. So we're obviously kind of situated with Zenfire for now, and maybe as we hear more people wanting it. Well, the big order routing system that's on our list right now is TT. That's the next one to go.
Great.
TT or IB.
Okay, so speaking of IB, Mark was asking when you'll support interactive brokers. So do you have a timetable?
No, we don't have a timetable, but that between TT and IB, those are the two primary order routing systems that we look to connect to.
Okay. Steven's asking if there is a video library on the chart setup that you have on screen as far as how to get the profile split like what you showed on your chart.
Let's see, he's probably referring to the market profile, I'm imagining, and how I split that. Yes, if I probably can't find it on demand, but if you just go to our website and at the top of the site there's a search box, just type in split or splits. That should bring up some of the articles and maybe blog articles that we have that deal with splitting various profiles.
And a quick question of my own real fast. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but Steedlemeyer's been working on something he calls volume strips. I thought that I read something that MarketDelta had already implemented his ideas on that. Is that right?
We have some things that are very similar. Again, I would refer to our website and search volume strips, or we haven't licensed anything from them. It's but we have some similar ways of building those.
Your interpretation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Gary's asking if the atom brackets can be saved and then named, and how do you select one when you open a new chart?
Okay, so that's a good question. Right now they're not saved and named. They are essentially set up per tab. So we have the ES up. You would specify, this here, and the way it works is when you submit a trade from MarketDelta charts, let me go back to so we're on the chart trade. We're looking at the ES. This is the ES. You may not be able to read it in the title bar on the chart. This is the ES. When I initiate a trade from the chart for the ES, it's going to pick up that strategy that's been defined over in Trader for the ES. So think of it as a symbol. The symbol maps to the symbol and picks up that strategy.
Okay. Quick question of my own on that layout toolbar. Those buttons, that's something that you have set up, like those templates, or
yeah.
Can you change those to? Actually, I was talking about the ones higher up on the toolbar where it says automated footprint, right?
Yeah.
So that you can basically create your own and then just name them however you want. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes. This is just our layout toolbar, and you could have a bunch of tabs open. I've just have one called automated. This is the one I'll get to in a minute. You know, I have a footprint, my market profile, my chart trading,
gotcha.
My quote page, and then my volume profile, which is my profile over here.
Okay. So you could set up as many of those as you want. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's see. Let's take one last question, then we can get on with it. Booty is asking if there's a problem with the network, will the outstanding orders still be executed? So I think he's basically asking about server-side OCOs.
Yeah. Yep. So the way we do it is like most in the industry. The orders are working at the exchange. So for instance, if I buy market here, I'm long and I'm working this bracket order. Let me go so you can see it working on the chart. These orders are working at the exchange. We're not holding them, so they're there. However, the bracket, the technology that links the two, the bracket, is on our side. So if you were to let's say lose connectivity right now. If you lost connectivity, both orders are still working at the exchange, which is good, but if the market traded up and took this one out, this one would still be working. That's how it is right now. So we have in the plans to link that back so that when upon reconnecting, everything's relinked, but those orders, the OCO logic remains local. So that's how that is.
Okay. All right, so I don't see any of the questions right now, so let's keep going.
Okay, so let me go ahead and flatten that out, and let me jump to the automated. Okay, now this is just a footprint chart. It's a volume footprint chart, and let me just take a minute to talk about. This is an automated trading strategy that I created. It uses a lot of them. Well, it uses two MarketDelta related concepts, and I use MarketDelta because many times people, when they use the word delta, I mean that's a word we created to describe what the buying, the net order flow is. We created that, and it's a term we made up 10 years ago. So anyway, let me show you a couple things on what I've done to build the system. The little yellow box, that is all that's doing is highlighting the high volume price or the volume point of control within the bar. And that's using an indicator. Let me see. It's using the volume price statistics. This is the indicator in MarketDelta that it's using, VPS or volume price statistics, and it's highlighting the volume POC. So it's just highlighting the yellow box. And I'm just having it draw the yellow box just so we all have a visual to reference as we look at this automated trading system. So that's what the yellow box is, and that is part of the indicator, or the signal I should say, as you'll see in a minute. The other half of the signal is delta. It's referencing the delta per bar. So let's take a look at this. Well, let's just take, let's take this short signal right here. So you see the little red, there's red arrows. These are shorts. And I'm not saying this signal hasn't been fine-tuned. This is one I put together for a nice example because it references these two things. It could certainly be fine-tuned more. But the down red arrow is the shorts, and the blue arrows were longs. Of course, this is a fairly active strategy, but that helps to show the examples. So what it does is it's looking for the signal is when we get a shift in the volume POC. So when the POC goes from when it's lower than it was the previous bar, that's part of the short signal. The other part that needs to be true is delta. We need to see an increasingly negative delta. So an increasingly negative delta, or net selling, plus a shift in the volume point of control to a lower price, it's more of a momentum play. So the idea is we're looking for more follow-through in that direction, therefore sell. That's what the signal is. And let me just show you guys, there's nothing to hide here. For all those, this is how this signal's been done up. It's using volume price statistics and volume breakdown. And this is the code, so it's just referencing the current bar versus the previous bar. That's it. That is the signal. The long signal references the current bar versus the previous bar, but what we're looking for in the long signal, we can reference it right here, it's looking for a positive shift, meaning one price to a higher price in that volume point of control, plus a shift in delta. So in the delta on this bar was pretty negative, and this bar, it looks like it was pretty much zero. But the point is, it certainly was more positive than it was in the previous bar. Therefore, the long signal, which did not work out. But what I want to show here is once you have these signals, these are called signal markers, I've turned them into a system and actually created a button. So I'm actually I can turn them on, and we're not going to see any trades, guys. The market's so quiet, or if not closed. So it's kind of take me for what I'm saying here. I have these active. You can see when I hover over them, it says active, trigger on, and it shows the signal or the signal that's working. So the way this works, let me just explain it. The way it is, these things are actively seeking a trade. So if I were to get a long signal right now at the close of the bar, if I were to get the long signal, actually let me change this chart. If I were to get a long signal, obviously it put me long, it'd send an order to buy one, and it would pick up our strategy, profit target and stop loss. So we would immediately get long one, and it'd work that bracket. The opposing signal, or the short, you can set these things up. I'm not going to get into all the details. But you can set them up how aggressive you want them, specify when the rule's active, when you're long or flat, long. You can see all these. So I'm not going to get into all these. These are all covered in videos we have on building these things. But the automated trading is obviously not for the beginner trader, although you may like the idea. There's a little work that goes into building the system, but thereafter you can let the software do the work. And the good thing with MarketDelta is you got lots of different indicators, all the traditional indicators that we all know. You can all use those in these systems and reference multiple indicators to create a very unique system to your liking. So unfortunately we're not going to get to see the automated piece go, but trust me, when these things when the markets are moving around and creating the trades, you'd see trades fire and automatically be working and referenced as you saw when we were doing the chart trading and how that was represented. The other thing I want to say, and because you may not necessarily assume this, I have this on a footprint chart, but I can change this to be just here's a candle chart. Now it doesn't look that good with all these markings that I got, but you can apply these things to any chart type you want, including if I went over to the volume profile chart. Let me just show you guys this. And I'll just do. I'm not sure I have the tick data for this. Yeah, I don't have all the tick data, but here we are. Actually, I'll just go to like a 30-minute chart. Here's a 30-minute crude oil volume profile. I could apply that system that I just built, or any system, right to a really cool chart like this. I've got the big picture volume profile. I've got my 30-minute profiles, or whatever I want these to be. You can apply all this stuff right to it, have your trading automation take hold, or just do the chart trading like I was showing. So I could put the chart trading buttons. I could put the chart trading buttons on here and use those to send the trades. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of kind of how this can work. So any questions on what I've covered up till now?
Trevor, you mentioned tick data. So what as far as historical data, does it differ from each data feed, or do they all pretty much have the same capabilities for backfill now as far as downloading that data?
Yeah, it's a good question. So when you're using the broker feeds through MarketDelta Trader, it's a single historical data source, which is IQ feed. That's essentially where the historical data is sourced. And so it's very high quality data, it's extensive historical data, and it's seamlessly integrated. Because I don't know if you guys just saw, if you were looking at the chart, I don't know why, but my data had disappeared, and I just had right-clicked and I said download current and previous session, and boom, it took about 5 seconds, and all that historical tick data was restored just like that. Of course, it doesn't just disappear normally like that. I don't know what happened, but it's very easy to pull in that historical data, and it's tightly integrated, and everything's managed by the software with respect to that historical data, so you're not constantly having to screw around with it. And we're traders, we're not data managers, and so You shouldn't have to be messing with that. Let the software do that.
Right. Is there like any type of reporting mechanism for your trades? Any type of overview, analysis, analytics type of thing?
Yeah, there's not. There's an account summary.
Is it
Which
something
basically
that
gives you your, your.
Right. Sorry. Could you export that before you had a window up that showed all the trades? Anything that maybe is exportable or anything like that?
No, this is not. This is not exportable from here right now. And we are on the project map for traders and account performance and ability to, essentially analyze the performance of your trades and not just see a summary of them. So that's something that'll be coming down the pipe.
Okay. And another question of my own, sorry. Speaking of new releases, I follow your Twitter feed. How often would you say that you offer new releases?
We offer, right now we're in a very aggressive beta cycle for MarketDelta charts, and we're actually releasing new betas. So you don't have to use the beta version, you just use a production version. Production versions are released about every 3 or 4 times a year. You could almost think of them as quarterly. It's not quite that scheduled, but pretty much like that. And the betas, and we've been releasing updates to the betas every other day or so, just as we see, as things get fixed, we want to roll those out to the customers that are on betas as ASAP, and so we essentially issue them right away.
Okay. But I always see you guys adding new stuff all the time, and one of the things that I've noticed when people talk about MarketDelta is that I don't know, I guess you seem pretty responsive. There's a lot of platforms out there where people make suggestions, they want things, and years go by and nothing ever happens. But from what I witnessed so far, I see a lot of times somebody will make a case for something to be added, like maybe exporting the orders to Excel or whatever, and you'll be like, hey, that's a good idea, and then it shows up in one of the builds, within a couple weeks. So it's
we're very proactive and responsive, certainly to customer feedback.
Right.
And a good example of that, I'm just going to drag my browser into view. I mean, if you go to our blog, or you can follow our blog or get emails, just sign up, subscribe by email if you guys want. But this is an example coming out in this next release. We've been posting some of these, and there's all kinds of stuff with respect to footprints and chart types that have just been posted here. I think there's 3 new footprint types, 3 or 4 new in this next release. And a lot of this is stuff just as a result of customer feedback. And in fact, the most popular one right now, where is it? It's this one right here, this volume imbalance. We've been getting tremendous feedback on this. People are really liking it. And I obviously didn't talk about this today, but it's a new footprint type. I could here, I'll post this link for everybody, but if you really want to see, we've just getting great feedback on it. We've seen whole trading rooms convert over to MarketDelta to get this specific footprint right here, this volume imbalance. So there's a lot going on with that, so check that out. But it's on the beta version, it's not even in the public one yet, but it's
cool.
Give me a little heads up.
Okay. All right, so let me just open it up for anybody that has any remaining questions. And I know, Trevor, you mentioned that you got a strict timetable today, so let me know.
Yeah, I got to take my son to football practice, so I apologize for that. I couldn't get out of it tonight. Not that I normally am there every night, but I wasn't able to move it at all tonight. So
how long is
questions. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. How long is the trial or demo available for the charts? Can somebody get that for a month, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's a 14-day trial for the charts, for MarketDelta charts. And again, I'm going to drag the browser into view because this is going to help. If you, on our website, guys, under products, there's MarketDelta Trader and MarketDelta charts. Go to either one of them, and you can sign up for either or. And once you've signed up, you're eligible to sign up for the other one. So don't feel like you're kind of wasting an opportunity. You're not going to be able to get the other one. You can come back and get the other one by logging into the website. So it's a 14-day trial. And one thing, there's a couple questions. I know I see NinjaTrader mentioned. MarketDelta is a complete replacement for NinjaTrader. I don't hesitate in saying that, and we see a lot of people, a lot of frustrated customers with Ninja come over to MarketDelta. One for support, but two for what they get in the software and what they can do. So I'm not shy to say that, and you should check this out.
Let me ask you,
especially if you're frustrated.
Yeah. Let me ask you about support, because I do see a lot of people that ask questions and obviously need support depending on various levels of technical expertise. So, do you have like a support forum, or how does it work if somebody needs help?
We do have a support forum, but we really don't. I mean, we're much more of a hands-on company. We offer 24-hour email support. So we have guys in Singapore and here that your emails will get answered 24 hours a day. When we have live chat support where we can log into the computer, or you can talk to us live during U.S. market hours, essentially 7 a.m. Central to 3:30 Central.
Okay.
And so the reason we offer the level of support we do is our customer base in general. We range all over the place in terms of the clients that we serve, but it's a professional client base. And when you're managing or trading, you need to be able to get answers. You can't wait 24 hours for some other customer to answer your question.
Right.
You need a response. And I just talked with somebody yesterday who came over to MarketDelta for that very reason, because they would pose a question, wait 24 hours, only to get, well, we need more information or another question. And so at some point you just got to quit playing the games and get serious about it. And that's what we often see.
Okay. So during a cash session, U.S. cash, somebody can talk to somebody instantly, and they can even remote in and take a look at the exact screen and everything that you're seeing?
Yep. Yeah, we remote right in and either fix things or get things squared away, whatever it is. But we do that all day long, and it works well. Just to circle back where I was when I was on the slides, I wanted to mention how to get signed up for MarketDelta Trader and get that login from the broker. So hovering over Products Trader brings you to this page, and I'm going to just click on the brokers, and I'll paste this link. We do work. I know many. I don't know what brokers you guys all use, but certainly Mirus is a very popular one. Supports Zenfire. That you see on the site. We work with them, as well as a whole bunch of others. Here's the order routing systems that you guys saw, right? You can see them all listed. And then these are the brokers that you can either call, or some of them have automated sign-up forms. So clicking will take you right over and allow you to just sign up. And that'll kick off the creation of the login, as well as the license key. So that's how you get going with that. That's where the broker list is. There's a lot more brokers. Those are ones that we have somewhat of a relationship with, in that we've talked to them, and they're promoting the platform.
Okay, so you're saying that the best way is to, if your broker is already on that list, then work with your broker to get the trial license or the free license of MarketDelta Trader. It's through the broker is how you would. If
your broker's on the list, you should call them first and let them know you want to use MarketDelta Trader. And a lot of times they still will have you fill out the form, because the form essentially kicks off the process of getting the license key and establishing the login that's enabled for MarketDelta.
Okay.
It's a special login.
Gotcha.
So.
What about for charts? Can they ask for that as well, or should they go direct to you for that?
That's actually going to be directly to us. So they don't even. The broker logins just only required for MarketDelta Trader. MarketDelta Charts, we just send you a license key for that, and it just connects kind of the back end of Trader. And so as long as you got Trader running, you'll get the data.
Okay, gotcha. All right, man. Well, I think that that actually is all the questions. So unless you have something else to show,
No,
let me just ask you one final question. So if anybody has questions of their own that they didn't get a chance to answer, or they're watching the recording and they have questions, what's the best way for them to get those questions over to you?
best place would be just support@marketdelta.com or sales@marketdelta.com, or visit our website, and you can just submit right here and contact us. Is on that page there's a form and our phone numbers and all that stuff. I mean, or you can visit the website and click these will be yellow during the day when someone's available.
Okay.
So, and then one last thing, we have some webinars next week. If you want to dig in more, or we have this special one on Monday. I just want to extend, especially for people who saw the footprint today, but you're like, I didn't go into the detail. That's where you can get the more detail of it. So you may want to just visit the webinars page on our site. And
Okay.
it's constantly updated with materials. So.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you showing us everything today. I like what I saw with MD Trader. It's a lot of new stuff that I didn't know it could do. So good job with that.
All right.
All right, man. So
Thanks,
I'll post.
Big Mike, and thanks everybody.
Yeah, I'll post the recording on the site sometime later today or tomorrow, and see you guys out there. Thanks, Trevor.